Welcome back to the ZeroW Podcast, where we talk about lifting, coaching, and more. You can learn more about Zero by going to www.zero.com.au. That's Zero with a W. We are also proudly sponsored by Establishment Coffee. Head to establishmentcoffee.com.au. Use the code 025 for 25% off and free shipping. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what all the cool kids say. And if you're on Spotify, hit that 5-star review. We love it. Enjoy the show now.
All right, welcome back to the Zero Weakness Podcast.
The heartiest podcast around.
All right, how you been, guys?
Pooch's nose is dripping like a tap.
Yeah, it always does.
He's getting old.
I swear to God, if he's jumping down because he needs to go poop, I'm
Nah, he's fucking not on my watch.
just took
He
him for
definitely doesn't need to go out. You guys take him 400 times a day.
Oh, no, he
Oh
hasn't
my.
pooped this morning. We took him on his walk and he hasn't done one. Now look at him looking at me.
His tail's got a bit of a weird bend to it.
Oi,
Yeah.
fucking straighten that thing up and get back up there. Up now.
I must admit, even if he did go, it's going to be like that big.
Well,
Not too worried.
bro, you know the other day.
Like 4 logs.
The other day he pooed on a tree. Did I tell you this? So he pooed on a tree, but this tree was like had like these flaps hanging out of it. So
It
he
was
kind
like
of
a
just
palm. It went like
Oh,
that.
and he like caught it.
Yeah, it
so
was
he
like a cup.
He just pooed in the fucking in the tree's pocket. It was so funny. We're like, fuck, do we leave
So
that?
we left it.
Because it's not on the ground.
Does he ever do like the leg lift straight into the squat?
Leg lift straight
Leg lift into the squat.
Bro, he does the 2-hand. So he'll be doing a leg lift and then he'll do a handstand.
Oh, he'll poop, with a handstand.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a big handstand.
on his front legs or
Yeah, front
Front
legs.
legs, yeah.
Front legs, and he'll have his back legs
How
up
is
and
that
he'll try and
possible?
like balance against a tree.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he goes through this weird phase of having a poo against things.
Nice.
Which is
Phase.
fucking nasty.
He does it every time. It's not a phase.
All right. Well, we're talking about a dog, just to confirm.
If you're listening.
Yeah. This dog turns 10 in 4 days as well.
On Sunday.
Happy birthday,
On
Poodley.
Sunday.
Veteran. But he's 2 years older, eh?
13 and a few days after that. 3 years older.
13.
Wow.
He's
On
turning
the 3rd
12.
of March.
Oh my
Fuck.
goodness.
Wait, they're in fucking good shape, these dogs, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, I need to fucking take a leaf out of their book.
You're in great shape.
Lots of exercise, good diet, lots of love. That's all it takes.
That's it.
All right. What do we got? How was your weekend?
Good. What did we do? Oh, it was Valentine's Day. We had a little picnic by the water Friday night with some pizza and some red wine
Nice.
Nice.
and the dog. Yeah, it was lovely. What else did we do? Went for beach walks.
Fuck, we do the same thing every single weekend.
It's great though.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mm.
Living it up.
Where'd you guys go on Friday?
We went to this Italian restaurant in Coolangatta.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Really yummy.
Really good.
Yeah.
I'd say the best Italian food I've had outside of Italy.
Wow.
Wow,
We'll
Thomas.
have to go there.
Really?
Italian food outside of Italy is always shit.
Even better than that place we went to with Leo.
Who's Leo?
What?
Was that Italian?
Yes.
Yeah, better than that. Well, the tiramisu was full of plastic.
Yeah, the tiramisu alone is worth going for to this place.
Oh, yeah, actually. I don't
Really?
like desserts that much, and I don't like tiramisu that much, but it was pretty damn good.
If you're going that way,
Yeah.
you can probably walk in. It's super casual.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We'll go try it out. We were talking about going down to Cooley.
Yeah, you have to go. It's really
Yeah.
good. Delicious pizza.
Price?
Pretty
Reasonable.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you guys spend?
Dunno.
100
Can't remember.
Oh, so it wasn't even more than 200.
No,
That's
we ordered,
good.
and we ordered a lot. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
got-
good.
2 pizzas, 2 pastas, a
The dip.
starter, the dip.
The
Yeah,
ranch
the
sauce,
ranch.
the tiramisu.
Did I have a drink?
No, we just didn't drink anything.
Like
Yeah,
Coke Zero.
yum. We go to this same little pizza place all the time. It's called Pizza Citadella. It's a little hole in the wall in Labrador.
Yeah.
Labrador.
And it's so random. It's so...
And it's delicious.
Last year on Valentine's Day, they were sold out. So,
Whoa.
yeah, had to
Oh, I got an early.
Yeah, we
Nice.
hardly
You had
have
to pre-order.
Italian,
Yeah.
but I would go back.
Italian.
Yeah. And then Saturday, I shot up to Mackay last minute.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like... I saw your story and you're having dinner with the Ilgiths. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well,
I didn't realize they had a sorry, you're going to say, but I didn't realize they had a comp. So I was like, no way he flew up there just to have dinner.
Well, no, I didn't actually go up for the comp. It was just like timed. We had to have a bit of a we had to have a meeting, and it wasn't something that we could. It wasn't something we wanted to do over like Zoom. And Khan called me on whenever it was, Tuesday or Wednesday. He's like, "Can you come up to have this meeting?" And it just so happens we've got a comp on, so may as well kill two birds with one stone. And yeah, I just shot up there and hung out with them. So that was really good. And the comp was crazy. So do you know how many 500 dots we got at Nationals last year?
Bro, I went on a little stalk.
Who's the
Yeah.
15-year-old?
Yeah, so we got one 500 dots at Nationals last year, Ebony Shand. At drug test nationals, that is. At this competition, there were 3 500 dots, or 3 over 500 dots,
Jesus.
and just missed out on a 4th. And Bronco probably could have pushed for it, but he had to leave to go to the airport.
Wow.
So we almost had 500 dots at a local competition, all from Nauruans.
That's incredible.
Crazy.
It was crazy. So, well, but I'll talk more about that comp maybe after we do Gratefuls and quotes. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to hear more about this
Yeah.
comp. I want to because I want to know why the Nauruans, they always choose a location and do all their like qualifying meets there.
Yeah, well, I mean, like obviously they've come to us a bunch of times. I'll talk about it after.
Did they do it so that they could come to nationals?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. What are we grateful for?
I'm grateful for the convenience of doing everything online. I just had to open a new bank account, and it literally took me 2 minutes. It was so easy.
Oh,
Are
who'd
you
you
on-
go through?
Just through Westpac.
Oh, nice.
Are you on Amazon Prime?
No.
It's so good.
Yeah.
If I need something like tomorrow morning, it'll be there.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
good.
Amazing. You can
Yeah.
do everything online these days.
Mm.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying when banks are the worst. So opening a personal account is easy. A business account, you often have to go into the branch to show stuff. But you'll finish the application online. It'll say, please go to the branch. So you go to the branch. They're like, no, you got to do this online. I'm like, I'm here because it told me to come here. And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. Do it online. Have you got the app? Yeah, I've got the fucking app. Open your app for me. Oh, it says you have to go to a branch. That's why I'm here. So painful.
Who do you do your personal banking with?
All my banking's through Commonwealth. Yeah. But since I've set up multiple companies now, it's much easier for me, but then it's always a pain in the ass for any business partner that comes in for the first time.
How do you go with your app? Does your app crash all the time?
Commonwealth one? I've never had problems with it.
Oh. The only time mine has crashed, yours crashed at the same time, eh?
Yeah, when I needed
So
it.
we both had where like her app didn't work. I was like, oh, I'll pay for it. And then my app wasn't working either. I was like, fuck. Yeah, so I'm the same. It's only crashed like once or twice.
See, I haven't adopted the paying with your phone lifestyle. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do it. The only time I ever do it, I have a couple of other gyms cards on my phone. So sometimes, actually, I've only got the Southside card on my phone. So if I'm buying stuff through the Southside business, I'll use that card, which is like once every 6 months. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm not into it.
Wait, so you have a physical card?
Yeah, I carry my wallet, all my physical cards.
Yeah, you are.
If you're wondering,
guy,
my pin. No.
I used to take my card everywhere till recently, and now I've been caught out a couple of times just taking my phone, so I should take my card.
I'm just paranoid my phone won't work.
Mine's
Yeah.
been doing that a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had that.
No, mine
happen.
does it on stupid things like parking meters.
Yeah.
And it won't
Oh,
work.
once or twice that's happened to
Yeah.
me. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just super paranoid about it, especially traveling.
Yeah. Yeah, mine didn't work in New Zealand and didn't work
Yeah.
anywhere in New
And
Zealand.
Bali.
In New Zealand, it would only work every third time for us. We'd
Well-
have to keep.
Yeah, wow.
And you know when you're roaming, like your signal's way shittier than when you're at home.
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid. Like I'll go somewhere and I'll have no signal, and I'll be like, "We need money." Anyway, grateful. What's yours, James?
What am I grateful for? Come back to me.
What you got, Megumi?
I got 2. I'm grateful for my client that I just trained prior to recording this to Neil. She told me that every Thursday when the podcast drops, she listens to it while she's cleaning the house. I was like,
Oh, damn!
that's so good.
Shout out to Neil, massive
Hi,
squat.
Tennille.
Yeah, she did a great squat today. And then Amanda as well. I don't know what day she listens to it, but I also know that she tunes in every now and then, so I really appreciate that.
Is this Amanda who you were talking about this morning,
Um,
or a different Amanda?
maybe the same. maybe the same. I have a couple of Amandas. And I'm grateful for our morning routine because after Thomas and the boys finish their walk, they come in and give me a cuddle. And they're really, really placid as well for the rest of the day, the boys. Not you, the boys.
So I'm not placid. My grateful is I'm grateful for the Mackay team.
Nice.
Mackay team. I always take for granted how cool it is that the family we have in Zero is in these other places. We just see it online, but then you go there and you're like, fuck, this is just like at home. And I always, every time I go to any of the gyms, Cairns, Mackay, Sunshine Coast, whatever, I'm like, I wish I came here more often. I wish I could just like any day choose which gym to go to. It kind of sucks having them so far away.
Yeah.
All right, did you come up with one?
Yes, I did. Fuck, I didn't.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Long blacks.
No. I'll piggyback off Meg's one. Just grateful for some of the people I coach. Everyone's killing it at the moment, which is so cool. Especially with the comp like coming up. So like Skinny Al, Alan. Sorry, I call him Skinny Al. That's his name.
Does he know you call him Skinny Al?
Yeah, but isn't that his Instagram handle?
Yeah, it's his Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Who's that?
Acceptable.
Alan Zhang, the one down there now.
Oh, he's your client?
Yeah.
Nice.
So his PB
I'd
is
call him Zhang Master A.
his,
Please.
so his bench PB was 122.5, and just then he doubled 127.5.
That was 127? I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was 122.
Nah, 127.
Good on him.
Yeah, and then like Denzel's killing it. Josh Honke's killing it. There's quite a few. Boris is killing it. People that are doing this comp. Zion decided to do it as well because he saw how good Francesco did as comp. Yeah, so it's fucking
Is it states? What comp are they doing?
States.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few people doing it too.
Yeah, nice.
So
How
it'll be a
many
fun comp.
lifters is that going to be?
So far, we've got
120?
over 100 entries, like 106. And
Across-
entries are still open. They're closing soon. So if you want to get in.
106 across 2 days.
Yeah, there's not going to be
yeah.
there's not going to be many other opportunities to qualify for nationals if you live in Queensland
most
after
of them are
this comp.
sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you plan on doing nationals, because this will be the
I should tell
the biggest
Donna
and
to do
best
it.
nationals so far, so
Yeah.
you might as well sign up to this comp and do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be able to walk in and nail it.
When's the cutoff for qualifying for nationals? May?
Yeah, May
May
11th.
11th.
May 11. Because that mountaintop one sold out, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. There's probably
Yeah.
a wait list, but
Are you going to do bench only at the mountaintop one?
me?
Yeah,
Why would I do bench only?
because it's on the Friday night, isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Is it at night?
Yeah, well, the bench only is.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll do
The
bench only.
mountaintop is across 3 days.
it?
Well, he's just going to do some benching on Friday night.
Wow, okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll do
I
bench
forgot
only.
about that. Oh, it means I have to go up there 3 days in a row. It's going to pay my petrol, Daniel.
What time on Friday?
Nighttime?
I think
Yeah,
it's going to be at night time. I don't
Why
know.
is everyone asking me things like I'm supposed to know?
You're the boss.
Check with Daniel. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll do bench only. Just
Yeah,
means I
no.
have to start benching.
Yeah. No, I can't think of anything worse. No offense, Coops. It's funny. Dean Ilgith has like a hotted up Ranger Raptor. And
Yeah.
his license plate is Powerlift. And I always think to myself every time I see it, I'm like, should it be bench only?
No, it should be single lift.
Single lift. One lift. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's our quotes?
My quote is, every time you avoid discomfort, you're reinforcing the belief that you can't handle it.
Sheesh.
It's a good one. I like
Sheesh.
that one.
Tom, bro, can you turn my headphones up?
What are you again?
No,
you're 2.
Hello. There we go. Sweet.
How can you handle it that loud? Your one's literally twice as loud as mine.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm just drowning out the noises in my head.
Did you accidentally turn mine up? It's gone louder.
Oh, maybe I did. Did yours actually go up?
No, mine didn't go up at all. I just started talking louder.
That's better.
Oh, it must be
Hello.
Hello.
Must be 3.
Hello. Keep
Mine
going.
Okay,
Jesus.
we found Bridget's.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Holy fuck. Yeah, that'll do.
Are you sure? That's like almost max.
Turn it down.
I'm on like a quarter.
Yeah, mine's still too loud.
I'm deaf. Yeah, that'll do.
I think you need to check that out, brother.
All right, my quote is, nostalgia is proof you are living a life to be proud of. What a privilege to yearn for your own memories.
Nostalgia.
Sheesh.
Nice.
Nostalgia.
I really like that one.
Nice. All right, mine is find, enjoy, and embrace problems. Each problem is an opportunity to remove an obstacle and find success.
Yes.
Solving problems gets you closer to the goal.
Nice. Good one.
Nice. Win if you can. Lose if you must, but never quit.
Nice.
Nice.
MJ. Now, what is that from?
I don't know.
Did you see they dropped Breads, a replica of the originals, on Friday last week?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm out. Bro, this is... Jordan no longer has the shoe game in a monopoly.
Well, yeah, I haven't looked at shoes forever, and I was like, I wonder what they have at the moment. And I just randomly checked it last week, and I saw they were dropping Breads on Friday. I'm like, I might try and get that.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to get them?
No, it was last Friday, Valentine's Day.
Oh, true.
Yeah, unsuccessful.
Did you try?
Yeah, it does the thing. Is it like an automatic raffle where you go through the process and then you click pay now and it like spins and then it takes you back to the shoes?
Yeah,
You don't actually get them. You just keep going through it.
Who? What, Foot Locker? Or Nike?
Nah, sneaker, Nike.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing it's an automatic raffle system to stop bots.
Damn. When's the last time you bought a pair of Jordans?
Don't know.
Crazy.
Ages ago. All right, back to the Nauru crew. So the Nauru crew brought 19 lifters, and what I figured, because obviously they've brought big teams here before. They like competing at Zero. They like Zero in general. They went and did a Mackay comp sometime last year, and I reckon they did the Mackay comp this time because he contacted me about states, and I said we'd sold out. And in the past we've done that, and then we've actually added an extra flight because they fill an extra flight straight away. So I think the combination of us not having spots plus Mackay, they went there and they actually enjoyed it. They went up there, but it was cool because the actual like president of Mackay president of Nauru, like the actual president of the country, came to the comp.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
So he was hanging out there wearing sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt, eating boiled eggs, looking like a boss.
You've met him here. He's
Have
trained
I?
here before, yeah.
The president. Did he?
Yeah.
What, late at night once, right?
No, during the day.
Oh.
David.
Yeah, David. That's right.
Yeah, he trained here. Cool
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, it was funny. After the comp, so Bronco left early because he's like, I have to be at the airport at 2:30. And then my flight was at 4:45. So I left and got to the airport at like 4:10. And Bronco was sitting there waiting for the same flight. I'm like, why'd you go here so early? He's like, the email told me to. He's listening to the email that's like, make sure you're there 2 hours in advance or whatever. So he was just sitting there. So I sat and chatted to him, and then our flight got delayed and then cancelled. So I was there with him for like an hour and a half just chatting. And while we were chatting, the president was obviously going to be on the same flight. So a bunch of suits walked past, and then the president walked past with his bodyguards. It was sick. It's like out of a movie. They took him up to a secret room in the Mackay airport. It was cool as.
That's mad. Wait, okay. So we're talking about so all three lifters that podiumed, was it men's or women's?
Men's, all 500 dots plus.
And they're all Nauruans?
Yep.
Is that what they're called, a Nauruan?
Yep.
Yeah. That's insane. And the 74 kilo lifter, I haven't heard of him.
So yeah, a guy competed in the 75 kilo class. That was by far some of the most impressive lifting I've seen, probably. And not impressive just because it was impressive, but impressive knowing the conditions that they live and train in. And so he was 75. He went. He weighed in at I think 73.9. He totaled 740. So we went over 10 times body weight on total. He broke the squat, bench, deadlift, and total record. I can't remember the exact numbers. He squatted somewhere in the high twos, like 270.
I thought it was
didn't squat 290. He deadlifted 295, I think, because 295 gave him that 10 times total, and benched maybe 170. It's just a monster. Second highest dots I think ever in APL, only behind Bianca Daniel.
Well, there's not many more drug-free under 74, under 75 kilo. Stephen Day might be the only one across any federation that maybe totaled more than that.
Yeah,
742 maybe Stephen Day's best.
Stephen Day. There's Leo Sinatra, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Is that his name?
Leo, yeah, I know.
Sinatra.
We met him at...
I'm going to call him Sinatra.
me and you, we met him at
2018.
Oceanias.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, the other like all of their lifting was impressive, obviously, but there was a 15-year-old girl squatted, I think, 150, benched 70 maybe?
75, I think.
75, and deadlifted 140 something.
347 kilo total.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think
one of the highest ever under 15.
No, it is.
Well, the highest ever under 15 total in the 56 kilo class.
Wait, was she under 56 as well?
Yes. Tiny little thing. Yeah. So, yeah, already impressive under 56, doing triple body weight almost squat and deadlift, but at 15 years old. Just
absolutely.
I wanted to go up to the president and be like, brother, can you show me her passport? I've got some doubts here. But she actually looked like a little girl. Like it's not like that guy in the IPF who's in the juniors, but looks like he's 53.
I was going to ask, what was her like body composition like? Was she muscular? Was she?
No, she just literally looked like a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy lifting. Absolutely crazy.
What do you reckon it is? Because obviously powerlifting is, they say Australian rules football is their national sport, but it's obviously powerlifting is their national sport.
Yeah, so the reason the Nauru team for years and years has always flown around, and obviously, Jezza was huge and everything, is because, well, partially, David's been in government for a long time, so he's a keen powerlifter and a keen powerlifting enthusiast, so he supports it. But a lot of these Pacific Island nations are hungry to get attention from the Western world or the outside world, because it helps with getting funding. And so they really celebrate people doing things for their country. And because Nauru brings home a lot of international medals, it's become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like you had Jezza get to the absolute pinnacle of the sport. That brought a lot of attention on Jezza. Jezza became sort of famous in Nauru. Then a lot of people followed him as powerlifters, and then they started doing international competitions, getting medals and everything. And so the government rewards the performance.
Because I don't think people realize, so if you're listening at home, Nauru is an island of 11,000 people.
Yeah, it's tiny.
And it's crazy. And was it like
it's got a detention center on it. That's what most Australians would even know the name Nauru for. If they didn't know that, it would be like Niue. Most people wouldn't have heard of it as a country.
How long is the flight to get from here to there?
4 hours. Yeah, so
it's only 4 hours away.
Yeah.
But you, like Tom Bro was saying before about the conditions over there, like it's really hard for them to grow produce. It's
why is it hard to grow produce?
Well, back in like the 70s, Tom Bro, you might have to correct me, but back in the 70s or 80s, it might have been one of the richest countries in the world per capita, because they were mining sulfur phosphate. I'm not too sure, something like that. And now that they've mined it all, that's why they can't grow produce and things like that there.
The ground is dead.
Yeah, and then it's really hard for boats to get there because there's so much reef. So that's why they can't really like import stuff. And
no, a lot of their stuff is air freighted. Yeah.
So it's actually
so from a nutrition standpoint, there's very limited protein availability. You can't really, like, all beef is coming, all red meat is coming from Australia, and it's expensive as hell and reserved for the politicians.
If you want a watermelon,
that was going to be my next thing.
$60.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah,
like something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the currency is Australian dollars. They use Aussie dollars.
What?
But yeah, it's like chicken, eggs, rice, sort of the main food sources, fish.
Yeah.
It is phosphate, James.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it's like if you want to go down the rabbit hole, watch some documentaries on Nauru.
We did watch it.
We watched quite a few,
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very interesting place, but just...
It's crazy though. Like, that's what I mean. How do all these amazing athletes come out of there?
Yeah. Insane. Oh, so it was cool to sit there and talk to Bronco, because you know how a lot of them have massive squats, like disproportionately large squats. I'm pretty sure the only program that they run is Smolov. And so
Really?
they run Smolov for squat and for bench press and don't really give much attention to deadlift, which is why their deadlifts are always so far behind their squat and bench. So yeah, it was cool to chat to Bronco, because I've known him for so many years. Like I saw him at international IPF comps like back in 2014-15. He was competing as like under 93, under 83, under 84, whatever it was back then.
They're some of the most friendly people on earth as well. Like,
Yeah.
they're always so pleasant to have at our competitions.
Yeah. It's funny because Bronco squatted 370, and I asked him, I was like, how many days a week do you train? He's like, I don't train. I was like, no, bro, come on. No, tell me how many days. And he's like, no, I don't really like powerlifting anymore. I'm like, what are you talking about? You squatted 370. He's like, the last time I squatted was at a Nauru comp that we did as a group in December. I squatted 320.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, you haven't squatted between then. He's like, I don't like training. So,
Wow.
so he was explaining to me he's kind of over powerlifting, but he stays involved with it because it's part of his job. And it really motivates, because he's one of the best there at the moment. Everyone looks up to him, and it really motivates them to stay involved. So he stays in competition to push the other guys. But what he'll do is if there's an up and comer in the 125s, he'll switch to the 140s.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was a guy in the 125s, one of the guys that podiumed. So he just ate up to the 140s, and then if it swaps, he'll go back down.
Mm.
Wow.
They're pretty cool.
That is cool.
They've been doing that forever, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Like, they don't want to compete against their own teammates, and I think that's really cool because it's pretty common in lots of sports where they do that. Powerlifting's a little bit different.
So yeah, incredible lifting from the Nauru team. It was a lot of fun on the weekend.
Mm-hmm. So, are they all? So they're obviously all doing this to qualify for nationals.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of them actually want to qualify for nationals, but like if Terry, the 15-year-old girl, comes, she'll probably dominate the youth or teenage division. If Brocker comes, he'll be hard to beat in the men's open division for dots.
Yeah, wow.
So I hope they come and push people to work harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's crazy to think because some people are probably wondering, well, how can they do Australian nationals if they're in Nauru? They don't really have a powerlifting federation over there. And it's not like they're skirting any rules. They become a member of the federation. They come and do qualifying competitions to qualify, and then they compete at the national championships, which is all that's required. It's the same pathway as everyone else. So it's totally fine. And if anything, if you want to complain about it, just remember they're at a massive disadvantage, not just in the sense that they have to travel and stay in foreign places, eat foreign foods, but they're at a disadvantage just in terms of general life, accessibility to gyms and coaches and food and clean water and just general stuff that you take for granted every day.
100%. Like they'll share like one belt, one knee sleeves.
Yeah.
During
Pass
a
it
training
around.
session. Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm.
All right. What do we got?
Let's. Sorry, CJ. All right. With comp coming up, let's talk about some meet day things. So, what makes Tom, bro, this is yours. What makes a great coach / handler, and what's important for coaches to do on meet day?
Nice. I like this one because I like watching. Obviously, I've been around the chops a bit. I always like watching coaches of various levels and what they do on the day and how they sort of think and act and communicate with their lifters and interact with their lifters. And there's many different archetypes. And I mean, you guys have every comp we're sort of buzzing in and around the table. It's always interesting to see the different types of coaches that'll come up and be like, 140 next, please, versus what are you doing? People fucking losing their shit. So what do you guys think? What are important qualities of a good handler on meet day?
I think it's important to adapt to what your client needs. Some clients on the day, it's all about just keeping their head in the game and stopping them from stressing out. Whereas I've got other clients who are nice and calm, so I'm just there to help them with attempt selections and all the usual stuff. But yeah, it's just a matter of like just knowing what your client needs.
Playing what's in front of you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to set expectations before the competition, like what's expected of me on the day. Actually, no. I'll just use this as an example. So, Tomo, you know how we're always majority of the comps that I coach at, it's always like a comp that we're running as well. So I haven't had very often it's like It's not very often I'll get to just coach. But I did get to do that at Christmas time with Christine, where I was like, sweet, I'm not working at all at this comp because it's Brisbane North Barbell. I'm just coaching. There isn't a lot to do when you're just coaching.
I was going to say, it's real boring, eh?
So boring. I was like, oh my goodness, I got so much free time. Like,
well, it's not just that. It's like, you know, when people are like, oh, I've got three clients at this comp, it's going to be a hectic day. I'm like, oh, that sounds so slow.
Yeah.
Like, give me the whole flight.
Legit.
Give me something to do.
Yeah.
One client, you're just sitting around for like 20 minutes at a time.
Oh. Yeah, I just hung out with Daniel the whole time at that comp. Yeah, me, Daniel.
Yeah, they didn't know the other one was going to be there, so they were both stoked
It was
to see
the
each
best.
other.
When I saw him, I was like, yes. Because I didn't know anyone in that comp either, except for Christine.
But I think that's the mark of experience. The fact that you can go to a comp and be bored. Because if you're a new coach, you're just like overstimulated, panicking about timing, checking everything, rechecking it. When you know exactly what to expect, you're just like, sit down, just wait.
Yeah.
We don't need to go there. Just, okay, now come squat. Yeah, okay. You're going to be up soon. Get ready. And then there's like a minute where it's exciting, where you get to pump them up and do the lift. And then it's like, okay, go sit down. We'll go like 20 minutes. Then.
Yeah. So I think as well, like, I think with any sport, game day is where you say the least amount.
Yeah.
Like, game day you should be trying to do, as a coach, the least amount possible. Like, you should have already laid expectations. You already should have your plan set in stone. And obviously, you're just trying to tick those boxes as they come, like as you go through squat, bench, deadlift, obviously help them with their warm-ups and things like that. But, yeah, I think it's just about, just keeping your athlete, what's the word?
Focused.
Yeah, just trying to keep them in the game, trying to keep them calm. Like I said, on game day, it's where you should be saying the least. I think anyway. Like, some coaches like to be really involved and load every single plate and, kind of, hold their client's hand. But I'm the opposite. I'm the complete
And make
opposite.
it fun for them too, because the day's over so quick, and that's what they're going to be.
Well, I think that's why what you just said is such an important point. Not holding their hand actually allows them to experience powerlifting. If you're keeping them aside and keeping them out of the action by just like being there and talking to them constantly and getting in their head, you don't allow them to experience what's so great about powerlifting, which is warming up with other people, talking to other people, meeting other lifters, meeting other coaches, just being amongst it. You don't want to gatekeep the experience too much. What do you think, Meg?
I agree with Bridget. I think you can't go wrong if you have some rapport or chemistry with the client, so you know what kind of ticks their boxes or might actually make them feel a little bit more intimidated.
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing. What else do I think? Because most of my powerlifting clients are probably newer, like only done one comp or just starting out. So they're probably more on the nerve side. So I guess having a lot of preparation beforehand, so we can't really go wrong when it comes to rules.
Yeah.
And nothing unexpected as well, so that we can do those things like you described, Thomas, where you can enjoy the day as well, because they already know what to expect with every single little thing, because we talked about it. Yeah.
That's I'll use an example. A couple of weeks ago, one of my clients, Francesco Stigahardo, competed down in Sydney. And prior to this is our first competition together. I think I've been coaching him maybe 6 months, or I'm not too sure exactly, maybe longer than that. But prior to our first competition together, he went 3 for 9 at his first meet. So the expectations were very clear. I wanted him to go 9 for 9, and just build on that subtotal each lift. And so the plan was set in stone. It was the plan for ages. You just add little details to the plan and to make it all come together so they understand and know what to do on the day or whatever. But he ended up going 9 for 9, and he was satisfied. He was happy. Like, he achieved the goal. Like, the plan was set in stone. We're not going to try anything crazy. And I think that was just what he needed. So it was really cool. He went 3 for 9 at his first comp, 3 or 4 for 9, one of them. So going 9 for 9, weighing 18 kilos less, totaling way more. Like, it was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm not in Sydney. I coach him online. So, like, yeah, he said he had a handler. I messaged his handler. I was like, nah, he's sweet. He knows what he's doing. Just needs to do this. Nothing else.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, no, I love the points all you guys have touched on. Like, it is really important to know and understand your lifter and know that any of their qualities that can be accentuated by adrenaline or stress will be on competition day. So if your client is generally an anxious, nervous person who gets overstimulated easily, comp day is going to be times 10. And so knowing that, it's your job to keep them calm and relaxed, because that anxiety and that adrenaline will just wear them out. They'll be tired by the time they get up to the platform. Like Bridget said, knowing how to adapt to the circumstances and being able to, if you know your client, you can sort of get in their head and get them focused on what actually matters. A lot of the time, the art of handling people is just being chill so they can calm down. Because even super experienced lifters, like the kind of people that I work with, do silly things. They get fired up. They have the adrenaline pumping. They have everything switched on, and they just need to chill out because it'll wear them out. And I mean, I know you and I have complained about this over the years, James, but this is why it sucks when, you know, a coach you're friends with or a client that knows you reaches out and they're like, can you handle me on comp day? And you've had nothing to do with them. Like, it's actually kind of annoying handling someone that you don't know at all. So if you're a coach and you find yourself in that situation, you need to have the conversation first around, like you said, setting expectations, understanding them a little bit more, and vice versa. If you're a client that's reaching out to someone to help handle you, you know, it's if that's the case, it's really up to the lifter to be in control. There's nothing. I can't remember how many times I've looked after someone as a favor, or, you know, one time back in the day when John Gabriel had APL, he wanted me to go over to Vegas and look after the Australian team, and, you know, like, people I've never even seen lift, you know, I'm helping out. You have to do your research, go through their lifting, understand where they're going to fail, and, you know, do due diligence as a coach. You know, someone comes up and hands you a piece of paper or sends you a message that these are my warm-ups. Barbell 37.5, 1x8. They're like, I'm not doing that. Okay, you're gonna warm up my way. You know, like these weird, like, super calculated plans. Like, it's comp day, it's not gonna go to plan. But yeah, having those conversations. But I really like to impart on people, especially if, like you said, we coach a lot of people online. I might coach someone online for 3 years before I see them at a comp. I give them a heads up as to how I'm going to be on comp day. Okay, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be pretty quiet, pretty chill. I'm there to look after you and make sure you don't do anything dumb.
Can you, bro, it might have been last year or the year before, but it was last minute. I was handling, he was a Filipino guy. I think you asked me to handle him.
Charles.
Nah, not Charles. Another Filipino.
Janice. James Hendry. I'm trying to think of.
But you're like, hey, bro, can you handle this guy? I was like, yeah, sweet. And the first thing I said to him, I could kind of tell he was kind of already relaxed.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, bro, I'm handling you. I'm not going to do much. And he just cracked up laughing. He's like, yeah, perfect. He's like, I just need you to do my attempts. Help me with my attempt selection. I was like, sweet.
Who was it?
I can't remember.
Was it one of our clients or someone else?
No, he might have been maybe Arian's client. I can't remember. Really cool dude, though. He was quite strong, too.
Yeah, not sure. Was it a comp that Charles did?
No.
You were handling a bunch of
No,
people?
because you asked me to handle this guy. I was like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't know, but like I said, the expectations are laid right. I was kind of joking. Like,
yeah.
You know, I could kind of tell. You know, you can tell if someone's... I wouldn't say that if I could tell they're an anxious mess and didn't want to be there already. But I saw this guy. I was like, he looks like he's done this before.
Yeah. Yep. So some things that I would add is, like, you know, a lot of those tips were like how you are as a coach. I think it's important as well, just the skill of the game. Like, know when to warm up, know how to time things is really important. And most people just follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. Use your own brain. If everyone starts warming up, but you know your client's only got 3 warm-up benches, you don't need half an hour to do 3 warm-up benches. Wait. Just chill out. Like, I would say it's still the most common mistake that new even experienced powerlifting coaches make, is they just warm up way too early. And they just find themselves sitting around freaking out. It's like, you've lost now time to relax. You've lost time to potentially eat. Just chill out.
Well, the worst is when they start doing things they've never done. You know, start doing all this stretching, foam rolling. I was like, bro, you've never done that.
Got to be ready.
Yeah.
What everyone else is doing.
Have you ever thought of a time where you've said something on game day and it's actually impacted the outcome, or it's changed the the direction that things are going?
Definitely, yeah. Words can matter, but for the most part, they don't matter because for the most part, the expectation should be set. Where it matters is when the plan is going wrong.
Yeah,
it's funny. Like, so the example I want to use is Dean Ilguth. So one of our business partners in Mackay, and Carly, his wife. Their son has a severe nut allergy, like a severe tree nut allergy. So he's one of the Walnut brothers. But they just went to Japan for like a month, and they got through the whole thing, all good. Then the day they were flying home, he ate a chocolate-covered strawberry, and he started to get a reaction. And you know Dean well enough to know he's got severe health anxiety. Like, he freaks out at health stuff. So like they started to see like his lips swelling up, and he was complaining, he was feeling funny. And so Dean was freaking out internally, so was Carly, but they're like, oh no, it'll be right, just calm down, because like the thing he ate didn't have nuts in it, but it might have had like a trace. So if it was a reaction, it's normally just take an antihistamine and you're fine, which is what ended up happening. But like they were freaking out because something had gone wrong, but they didn't show their son that they were freaking out, and that helped keep him calm. Comp day, exactly the same. If something goes wrong and you start panicking, the client is going to have the worst day ever. You really have to, no matter what shit goes south, know the words to say, which is often, don't focus on the mistake, don't focus on what went wrong. We focus on what we can control for the next lifts. So when you say, has there been something you say that impacts the rest of the day? If someone has a bad squat session, they maybe only get their opener or something. If they stay foul and focus on the squats, they normally have bad bench and deadlift. If you can get in their head and be like, look, we can fix what went wrong. We can talk about it we can't fix what went wrong right now. We can learn from it, and we can talk about it later to decide what we're going to do in the future. Right now, we forget all of that, and we just focus on having good bench, good deadlift. And like switch the mindset, keep the focus on what's coming. Things like that can really turn around someone's day.
I don't think too much of this until you actually said it, Tom, bro. You said, oh, fuck, that was actually really cool. 2022, Paris.
I was
Worlds.
going to say that.
That's the only time I've been like, oh, that did change the trajectory of her performance. She was having a meltdown after squats, and I said something along the lines, I will use this as an opportunity to show how mature you are as a lifter, as a powerlifter. Like, you're really experienced. Like, you shouldn't be having these kind of meltdowns. And it kind of did...
Yeah.
Because I remember you saying it too.
I think that was when she hit a bloody world record deadlift.
Yeah, but it's like that kind of, sometimes you just need a hit. I don't know, it's just the right thing to say at the right time.
Yeah.
Anything else? I don't know. I don't think too much about coaching on comp day.
Yeah, no, for me, the mark of inexperience, or the mark of experience, like you saying you don't think about, it's because you don't need to. It's because it's like... unconscious competence. You just know what you're doing. You're just relaxed, chill, just do your job. The mark of an inexperienced coach is like they're manic, constantly checking their phone or their fucking clipboard with a pen behind their ears and writing down numbers, and for it just...
The only time
unless you have to do that in training, you don't need to do it in comp.
I don't mind the clipboard. I like it. I find it entertaining.
CJ, can you just summon?
The only time I'm lucky because I guess this is an experience, but whenever it comes to like playing the numbers at the end on third attempts, I always just go to you, Tom, bro. Hey, bro, help me do this. What do I need here?
Yeah, I'm no good at that either.
So every comp, I feel like you've just helped me with that right at the end.
Yeah. I mean, and don't let me downplay it. I still get... My mindset on comp day is like, if anything goes wrong, it's my fault, which isn't actually accurate. That's a bad mindset to have. The lifter ultimately has to perform, but regardless of whether it's a novice comp or for world records, there is pressure in picking numbers, and the stakes get much higher. And the only way you can get good at picking numbers is by making a hell of a lot of mistakes. And I've made a hell of a lot of mistakes with number selection over the years, which is why I'm good at it now. But it's still scary. Like when I'm at Big Dogs coaching Colton, helping pick numbers for the biggest total ever, it's scary. Like he messed up his first bench. He jumped a call, and so we had to. And it wasn't that good. And so we had to decide whether we take a bigger jump to the second as per the plan or take a smaller jump. And I made the call to take a smaller jump. Anyway, the day panned out and he had to pull what he pulled and he dropped it. And so I'm like, well, if I took the risk to take the bigger jump and added 5 kilos there, or maybe added 2.5 to the squat here, would we have pulled less and would he have been able to hold on and not tear his thumb? Like the pressure is immense. And for me, I get like post-comp depression every time because I walk away thinking I fucked everything up. I could have done this so much better. But I don't hate myself for it. I think, okay, next time I got to do this and this and this, and just perpetually try to get a little bit better at it every single time. That's how you become the best at something. You just keep aiming to get better, keep learning from any little mistake you make. But yeah, I just want to reassure any young coach listening to this that it's okay to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. Mistakes are good to make. If you're not making mistakes, you're either completely ignorant of the reality because you think you're doing everything right, or, well, that's really the only option. You're going to make mistakes. You just have to learn from them. Embrace them.
Mm-hmm.
It's what makes you human.
Powerlifting influences good or bad for the sport?
I think it's really good for the sport.
Me too.
Brings more exposure to the sport. It's still quite a niche sport. I know our whole world revolves around powerlifting, but it's not really big in the general population. So I think influences are great.
Who are some powerlifting influences that come to mind besides Meg?
Damn, I was going to say Meg.
I got really interested in powerlifting because of 2 lifters, but the first one that comes to mind is Elle. If you guys remember, she's come here a few times and she used to date Josh Sim.
Oh, yeah.
El Powerlift.
Yeah.
Would you class her as a powerlifting influencer?
Back in the day, she was quite active and now she trains a little bit differently.
I guess we have to define what influencer means, right?
Oh, true. Are you saying, they need to have a substantial following or something?
Yeah, I guess that's more what I'm getting at.
They have to influence the masses.
No shade on Elle.
Yeah, but like when you you're a way bigger powerlifting influence than plenty of other people who have more followers.
Oh, I know.
So Elle really influenced me.
That was sarcasm, by the way. No, but I think influencer in the term of it doesn't matter if you are, because everyone's an influencer. Even if you only have 100 followers, if someone listens to you, you've influenced them, right? So I think in line with what James is saying, I'm talking like the Russell Orhys of the world. You know,
well,
the super influencers.
Well, does Isabella von Weisenberg and Lilley Riley count? Because they were the 2 that influenced me.
Yeah.
I've been following Lilley Riley on TikTok for 5 or 6 years.
I think Isabella would be classed as one of the OG powerlifting influencers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, it was Johnny Candido.
Yeah.
Johnny Candido and then Russell Orhy. And, I don't know. I think it was, for me anyway, Russell Orhy, he was really influential because, he had a sporting background and then found powerlifting.
What did he play?
He played American football.
Yeah, okay.
So he was like a walk-on at whatever college he went to.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool, seeing someone with like an athletic background go into powerlifting. Because I don't know too much about it. There wasn't too much content creators that were making powerlifting content back then.
He's got to be one of the most influential people.
Has to be.
In modern powerlifting. Because I'll be the first to admit I'm not the hugest fan, but I really love the way he innovates his content.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's doing the same trends, and then he'll buck the trend, and then everyone will do that, but then he'll just stay ahead and keep moving it. I think that's really cool.
He's the reason you see all these powerlifters with like basketball shorts, tank tops, and a chain in their mouth.
Yeah, the chain in the mouth. I was going to say that. You see that everywhere.
I can't stand the chain.
Me
in the mouth.
too.
Not the look as much as like me thinking of me with a chain in my mouth just kind of gives me the heebies.
Well, it's just because it's cringe because it's like that is not authentic. You started doing that because you saw.
We all start. It's like how many times on this podcast have we been like, well, BK was eating that, so we ate it.
Oh, bro,
that's influence right there, baby.
My first powerlifting comp, I wore a headband. A Junk Brand's headband because of Russell Orhy.
Oh,
he wore Junk Brand headbands.
Nice.
Yeah. That's why I compete in the IPF. And whatever it was back then.
Yeah.
PA.
APU.
APU.
Yeah.
Back then.
What? So I did a powerlifting comp before you, James?
Probably. When did you do one?
When PA was still thriving.
No. PA was thriving. Like APU wasn't thriving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so PA they were part of World Powerlifting.
Well, yeah, you did PA when it was World Powerlifting, not IPF.
2019,
Yeah.
I think, is when I did it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the split happened end of 2017.
yeah, I did it in 2017, I'm pretty sure. 2018, I don't know.
You did 2018. Yeah.
2018. But yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, I agree with Bridget's original first comment that powerlifting influencers are good in the sense that they bring more eyes to the sport. The only thing I don't like is when, especially young influencers who have no experience, are acting as authorities on the sport. But it's hard, right? Like everyone's got their entitlement to have an opinion on, say, a rule change or a controversial referee's call or whatever. But there's been too many instances of young influencers speaking like they know stuff.
Yeah, you're going to get that
But
with
that's
everything.
just exactly. And that's just me being an old man powerlifter that's just salty at young people for the sake of it, really. Because there was who's that? There's a really big female influencer that's like 22 or 3 or something. She got caught up in some drama maybe like 2 years ago.
Is it a powerlifter?
Yeah. Who am I talking about?
From Australia?
Nah. American.
What was the drama?
I don't know.
Thomas.
Yeah, I know. Terrible example because it's literally going to go nowhere even if you remember it. I was hoping one of you guys would remember the drama. I think it was to do with the USAPL split maybe.
Oh, did she get banned from the Fed? Is that what you're talking about?
Don't know.
Because I remember something about that.
Useless me bringing this up, wasn't it?
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no
Anyway,
idea.
when people who are inexperienced like voice opinions, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when they speak as an authority with that opinion, like they know everything, because it genuinely then influences people negatively by believing something that may not be true or is missing context. That's the only time I don't like it.
But what's the difference between that person and someone speaking from authority who has, like, say, 20 followers is it just because they have more eyes on them that they harness more responsibility?
Yeah, I mean, think of how anyone believes something that's false, and how that belief will perpetuate when you have someone with a massive platform, then spitting that out. Just like anyone with that kind of power, as in like, think of like, what was that chick's name? Freely the Banana Girl or whatever. Things like that, people who are then spitting information about maybe the politics of powerlifting or the rules of powerlifting that they don't fully know or understand or have the context of the history. That's the only time that I would get upset. Otherwise, I think very positively of social media and influencers and what it does for our sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Nike is releasing or has released their powerlifting barbells, and Danny Grigsby was the one who Zero Lifter. Danny Grigsby was the one who's like the poster boy for those things, and because of the success of his influence through that channel, they're now investing more into him, which is fucking cool. Because if Nike genuinely gets into strength sports and powerlifting, it'll change the game, just like it did with skating and BMX and a lot of those extreme sports. Once Nike has a team, that's absolutely insane. And like, someone sent me once this like conspiracy theory about how Nike's doing this, and the fact that so many powerlifters have gone away from powerlifting and then they're going to go back into powerlifting when they realize that they can't run. So they all go buy their Nike running shoes, and then they get back into powerlifting, and then Nike's going to be like, oh, by the way, now you can buy our barbells and our plates and have them at home and actually train for your sport, or strength training is good for all you powerlifters that are quitting, which is ridiculous. That's not what they're thinking.
I don't know if you remember, but I remember it was Paul Rodriguez was the first Nike sponsored skateboarder back in the day. And I don't know if you remember, it was kind of cringe. Everyone's like, you sell out.
Yeah.
Because I think he left ES at the time.
Yep.
Eric Costin was one. No, he was 2010s. But Yeah, and then they've got a stronghold on the skate game now.
Yeah, and same with Nike SB signed up a whole bunch of people back in the day for
6.0.
BMX.
That's what they're called.
Sorry, yeah, 6.0. That's right. And I think Nigel Sylvester was one of them, and Nigel became like massive mainstream, and everyone in BMX hated him. And like he wasn't the best BMXer, but he was good. But people hated him because the same thing, calling him a sellout or whatever. It's like if Nike comes and throws you a whole bunch of money to go do the thing you love, and then the thing you love that we all love because we're in it, then reaches heaps of other people and gets commercial appeal and brings money to the sport. How does that affect you negatively?
Pro skaters back in the day weren't like proficient. A pro skater back in the day was what someone would call a pro powerlifter today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they still had to work. They weren't actually making.
If they were lucky, they had enough like mini sponsorships from tiny skate companies that would sum up to like a minuscule salary to survive.
Yeah. But with Nike, they were like, all right, you're going to get paid this much. We're going to give you this much for, your shoe sponsor. But if you want a clothing sponsor too. And yeah, they were throwing huge amounts of money at people. Yeah. And it was what commercialized the sport to
exactly. Exactly. Like you would have never seen it in the Olympics if it didn't get that kind of attention.
Like the goal is to commercialize strength sports. So Nike being in powerlifting is fucking awesome.
But it's funny because I grew up in BMX and then switched to powerlifting. You see the same archetype like it existed in skate too. It's just there's old dinosaurs that want to gatekeep the sacred, grungy, underground sort of nature. Like it's for a lot of people, it's special because no one else does it, and people like that. They like that kind of exclusivity, so they don't want to lose that. And I mean, I used to be like that with the gym. I used to take pride in the fact that it was dirty. That I only cleaned it before a comp. I would clean the gym 2 times a year. There'd be this massive dust angels in the corner, like tumbleweeds blowing in the wind when we turn the fan on. And I'd be like, yeah, that's nice.
Sorry to interrupt, but I gotta go soon.
Yeah,
so.
We're kind of at time anyway. Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
That was fun.
That was fun.
I can keep talking about that. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to the ZeroW Podcast. If you want more information, head to our Instagram, @zero_weakness. Hit the link in the bio for all of our services and any information on upcoming workshops and events. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review so we can have a broader reach and answer more people's questions. Thank you once more.